our next guest tonight just had his driver's license suspended by the LTO over a traffic incident from February 2. That's after members of the ride-hailing app Angkas blocked traffic at a very busy intersection in Cainta, Rizal in order to let their convoy pass. For the details, let me bring in Angkas co-founder and CEO George Reyeca. George joins us tonight via Zoom because, as we said, he has lost his license and was unable to drive all the way to the studio. Good evening, George. Thank you for joining us nonetheless.
Good evening, Sean. Pwede naman po ako mag-angkas.
I was just gonna say, he could have ridden an angkas, diba, to get here, but okay. Maybe he's under house arrest.
Oh, yeah. Promoted ka na nga raw to passenger according to your own Angkas Facebook account. But tell us, George, the background. A lot of people nagulat na lang sa headline. They were not aware ano ba nangyari at bakit sinuspend ang license mo ng LTO for 90 days.
Well, for now, no, I think I actually, just for clarification, I actually haven't gotten any official order from the LTO. Although, again, I voluntarily went to the office of the LTO to ASEC Mendoza's office to surrender my license. So I have been without a license for a few days now. I think a week has passed since I last went there. And I have maintained the fact that we made a mistake in terms of how the event was handled, how the motorcade was conducted. And I take full responsibility and accountability as this is my organization and it happened under my watch. But if that is the case and that is the punishment that was rendered by the LTO based on their investigation, then I subject myself to the good judgment of our regulators. And mabuti na lang ako para hindi na po yung mga bikers po natin. Again, humingi po ako ng tawad at pasensya hindi lang po sa bikers natin, sa publiko, pati na rin sa lahat po ng kagulong. Kasi alam mo naman, we've been espousing safety and also regulation following the proper rules. And that has always been the cornerstone. And this incident, we failed to do so. So for me, that is a major issue. I should be held to a higher standard. And which is why nandito po ako accepting whatever the regulators fine me or punish me with.
George, what was that event anyways?
Ano po yun? Papunta po tayo sa Marilake. That was a ride for making Marilake safe again. Again, that whole event was supposed to be for bikers to follow rules and regulation. And it was quite unfortunate that on the way to Marilake, that this incident occurred.
Yeah, go ahead, Pauline.
Okay, well, George, you did take full responsibility and accountability for organizing this motorcade, but many are wondering, is there any disciplinary action that will be meted out to the riders themselves? Because with the suspension of your license, I mean, does that absolve them already of any responsibility since sila yung nag-cause nga ng traffic jam dun sa intersection?
Again, hindi po ako eksperto sa government regulations and sa law enforcement. I'm sure meron po silang mga matrix po dyan in terms of what the punishment is. Although I have to say na sumusunod din po yung mga bikers doon sa kumpas ng motorcade po natin. And if you've been in a motorcade before, di ba, you just follow the person in front of you. So again, I think the accountability rest upon the leader of the organization. Kasi kami naman po nag-organize ng event na yon. At kung may pagkakamali on how that event is conducted, I should be the one responsible for it.
Okay. George, I was just wondering, because normally if you're going to have a motorcade, and a big one at that mukha namang maraming nag-participate, usually you coordinate with the LGU so that they can, I don't know, some the barangay, the tanods, the enforcers are kind of helping you along the way. I understand this happened on a weekend. Can you confirm? And was there any such coordination done with the locality of Rizal?
Again, wala po tayong excuses dito, no? In fact, dapat po ang Angkas napaka-eksperto na po when it comes to running motorcades because we've been doing this for the last 8 years with full coordination with local and national enforcement. Unfortunately, this was a lapse of judgment on our part and this should never, ever happen again.
Well, I'm sure the authorities appreciate you coming forward and taking full responsibility for the incident. What would you like to happen now? Are you in talks with the LTO in terms of, potential other sanctions? I know you're trying to shield the other drivers from any blame and any other penalties. But are they talking to you? What's it like?
Well, we are in coordination with the LTO. I received a show cause order from them when I went to their office. We're in the process of submitting our response to the show cause order, and hopefully from there they can render their decision. But just to clarify, no decision has been rendered, at least officially, to me, and we will await that decision.
To be fair, I think what the LTO said, George, was that wala pang ang final resolution. So, as a temporary measure, your license was suspended, and nagkaroon pa nga ng confusion. No? Attorney Vigor of the LTO initially said na ni-revoke yung license mo, but actually clarified that that was somebody else's license. Yours was only suspended for 90 days while they clear up whatever matters it was with the actual incident. So what you're saying is that there's no final resolution yet and talks are still ongoing, or is it just a matter of waiting for a decision from the LTO?
There is no discussion per se. There is no negotiation that's happening. There is just a show cause order that we will reply with our response to the incident. And from there, they will investigate, I believe. But you will have to ask them and render the decision. So for us naman, we are not in talks. Hinihintay lang po talaga namin kung ano yung magiging decision nila. But I think hinihintay din po nila yung ano namin, yung incident report po namin that we will pass to them.
Well, George, I believe Cainta Mayor Attorney Ellen Nieto also ordered Angkas to conduct community service. Have you already decided what kind of community service the company will be conducting after this violation?
Wala pa po, but we hope that we can do some level of safety training in their locality as a way for us to provide that service. But this has not been proposed yet, and I think my guys are in discussion with the local officials to see what is the way forward.
But inside the organization, I'm sure some wrists were slapped. Siguro may nasermonan dyan at na-refresh yung memory about what we do, do's and don'ts on the road. How is Angkas handling it internally?
I think we've always been very professional in terms of following rules and regulation. We've always made sure that that has always been at the center or focus of all of our efforts. And I think there will be and has been actually discussions and retraining that's going to be happening across the board, especially with some of our officials.
George, shifting to another topic, of course, you are running for a seat in the lower house under the Angkasangga party list. I know officially campaigning doesn't start for local candidates.
Start na po. Start na kami.
Well, officially.
Because party
Last
that's
Monday,
right. That's
yes.
right. Sorry.
Party
That's right.
list,
That's right.
National po yung party list.
I was gonna say local candidates not till March 28th, but you're absolutely correct. Tell us what you've been up to.
I've been going around the country. I've been talking to, of course, my rider base, the bikers, and I've seen firsthand. No, there's a lot of opportunities that we can do, and marami rin pong hindi nakakakuha ng oportunidad na ginawa po natin sa Angkas na talagang, nakita po natin, gumawa po tayo ng sistema na kung marunong ka motorsiklo, kaya mong alagaan yung pamilya mo at hindi ka na maghihirap. So this is something that we want to really institutionalize across the board. Ang daming mga issues on rising gas prices, maraming issues on, for example, tricycles. After 40 years of being legal, wala pa rin po silang accident insurance and benefits from the national government. These are things that I think will protect itong mga manggagawa na to, no, na ginagamit po yung motorsiklo pang hanap buhay, protection sa batas at syempre mapalago yung kanilang hanap buhay para tuluyan talagang maangat sila sa kahirapan at yung pamilya nila.
The latest survey by Okta, if I recall correctly, Angkasangga was not in the top 6. What are you doing around to try to increase, to raise your awareness at this point? You're trying to I don't know if you're looking at the polls, by the way, or if you're just going about your campaign without looking at the surveys. But what's your strategy here?
Ako po, ginagamit ko yung opportunity na to really just spread the advocacy to help as many people as we can. Nakafocus lang po talaga tayo dun sa ating base. Marami po talagang motorsiklo or kagulong na ginagamit po yung motorsiklo para sa hanap buhay nila. And we want to be able to really find out what their issues are. Hindi ko po alam if that constitutes as campaigning, pero ikot po tayo ng ikot para lang marinig yung mga problema nila at magawan talaga natin ng tamang solusyon. Because I really think that this sector is so big and it really needs real representation. Yung talagang tunay na mga panukala na magpapaangat sa kanila at talagang they will get them out of the poverty, really get them out of the poverty and will have permanence. And this is what we did with Angkas. And hopefully we can do with a lot more people. I think with regards to the survey, I leave that to the political experts. Marami na pong eksperto dito. Sa akin lang po, focus lang po tayo sa advocacy natin, yung gagawin natin para tulungan yung mga kagulong. Masaya na po ako doon.
And then just very quickly, what's all of the other problems you identified? They have complicated solutions like prices of food, for instance. But what's an easy solution? Not an easy, but what's an immediate solution that you could offer them? What are they asking here? Are they asking for more licenses? Are they asking to be legitimized? A new category of workers to be created? Ano yun? Yung requirement.
Actually, hindi naman po komplikado yung mga solusyon. Kailangan lang po talaga ng political will at matutukan yun araw-araw. Ang problema, masyado itong maraming problema at masyado itong maraming sektor na hindi talaga natututukan yung hanay natin. In fact, like I just talked about the rising gas prices, no? I mean, for every liter of gas price, the government takes 10 pesos cut. This can easily be shaved with enabling laws, right? Especially for the sector that uses the motorcycle for livelihood. Ang dami po natin pwedeng gawin. Imagine if we're able to cut 10 pesos. Based on our estimates, that's additional 10,700 pesos na mababalik po natin sa taong bayan kada buwan. And dun lang po yan sa motorsiklo. Paano po sa ating mga pampublikong transportasyon na kotse? Umaabot ng higit na 100,000 mababalik po natin sa taong bayan sa bawat taon. So ito po yung mga ibang panukala na napakadaling gawin. I think with just enough political will. Insurance po, alam mo, pampublikong transportasyon po ang ginagawa natin. Katulad ng motorsiklo, katulad din po ng tricycle. Bakit po yung tricycle? Wala po silang accident insurance hanggang ngayon. Mandato po yan ng ating national government, especially our Insurance Commission, to make sure all public utility vehicles, regardless of their jurisdiction, whether they are devolved to the LGU or still with the LTFRB, still be given the proper accident insurance kasi imbibed yan with public interest. Sumasakay sila ng pasahero, ng publiko. Itong mga to, it's there. And we've done this with Angkas, and I think I can do this for every single motorcycle in the country. And it's just a matter of being able to be given the chance to implement this for everyone.